This is Elena Milikova, her third and final jump.
Well, she's really swinging out wide, Dan, waiting for this moment when the opportune window opens for her to cut at that ramp. Remember, this is ski flying, reaching speeds over 60 miles an hour. Oh, she kicks a good one.
How far did the Russian fly? That's the question. 221 feet. That is a new world's record.
Oh, and she is so excited because she knows she didn't just 1 foot an old record of 217. She obliterated it.
This is Emma Shears, the Australian, looking to take back the world record that Elena Milikova just took from her.
Oh, and she goes for it. No holds barred. She heads off the top of the ramp over 65 miles an hour. Was it enough?
Good enough? 220, she is 1 foot shy, 1 foot shy. Welcome to the 43rd Masters. Now this is where it all took place yesterday. Elena Milikova and Emma Shears launching themselves off this ramp, one of them right into the record books here at Robin Lake. These two young women traveled halfway around the world to get everybody talking about the finals. Hello everybody and welcome. Dan Debenham along with Dave Benzel. And Dave, everybody's talking about these international superstars right now.
One from Russia, one from Australia, but what's really amazing about their performances is that Emma Shears has been ski flying for a little over 2 years now. Elena Milikova, a traditional jumper and a world champion, just made the switch to ski flying 3 weeks ago. And look how far she's going already.
How far can they go today? We'll find the answer out in just a little bit. Now, I know you had an opportunity earlier today to talk with both of them.
Elena, it must be exciting for you to come out here. I know you've only been ski flying about 3 weeks, and you break the world record. Tell us about that.
Well, of course, it's very exciting, and especially when Emma jumped to 20, after my jump to 21, it was even more exciting. And I'm sure today it's going to be very interesting to watch. It's good competition.
It is going to be interesting. Now, on any other day, that would have been a world record-breaking jump for you, and yet it ends up being 220, and it's not a world record.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit disappointing, I guess, that it wasn't the world record, but at the same time, I was really happy with the set of jumps that I put together, and looking forward to booting out a big one today. And I get to go out before her now, so that's going to be, I'll put a bit of pressure on her today instead of the other way around, hopefully.
All right, well, we'll be watching that shootout.
Sounds good.
Well, Jeff Barton joins us now, and we are going to talk about wakeboarding in just a bit. But, Dave, I want to ask you about the rest of those traditional events here at the Masters. Who do we look for in those events?
Well, of course, men and women's slalom is a favorite of a lot of fans, but it's impossible to predict who might win there. It's just a big shootout. Look at the dichotomy of the ages in men's tricks, though. Jimmy Seamers, 20 years old, is the top seed, going against a 38-year-old Corey Picos. Corey skied his first Masters before Jimmy was even born. On the women's side, Brigitte Latham, a skier from France, skiing in her first Masters ever. In ski flying on the men's side, look out. 3 men could break the 299 world record. There's Freddie Krueger, Jarrett Llewellyn, and Scott Ellis, and they're all going for it.
Boy, I'll tell you, it seems like it's going to be a great day for flying. Thanks, Dave. All right, Jeff, speaking of flying, the wakeboarders went off yesterday.
Boy, I'll tell you what, it's harder to define a world championship run in the sport of wakeboarding, but I'll tell you what, the run that was put forth yesterday by Danny Harf, many suggest that it was the greatest competitive pass ever performed here at the Masters. It was outstanding. But take a look who's going to be joining him in that finals. Parks Bonifay, commonly thought of as the greatest free rider of all time. Also, we go to Australia, we're bringing over Brett Eisenhower, and then Eric Ruck is rounding out that field of 4. On the women's side of the game, last year's 2001 Masters champion, Emily Copeland. She has upped her game even further. She did her strongest run of all time out here yesterday, but you know what? She knows her job isn't done, Dan. She wants to come back and add one more title here at the Masters.
You know, I think to both of you gentlemen, you agree that there's something about the Masters. It just elevates the game of the top riders, the top professionals in the world, and that's why we're here. 50 years ago, Callaway was formed. For 43 years, the Masters has been right here at Robin Lake, and we get set, and hope you do too, as we present the 43rd Masters. And what a beautiful Memorial Day weekend that we have here. Memorial Day is traditionally the day that the beach activities open up here at Callaway, the 50th season here at Callaway.
And we're watching Brigitte Latham, the first competitor in the gymnastics version of water skiing, where the skier produces a series of 360, 540 degree, even 720 degree turns on the tiniest stage, a single trick ski. No fin on that ski. Watch her cut back and forth. As she hits the wake, the trick must be done in the air. On the surface, it must be continuous, and she stands up a full 20 seconds of twisting and turning.
Well, there's Ronnie Barton, a former Masters champion. She's waiting to go next. Brigitte, 37.60 for her first pass. Here she comes for pass number 2.
Unlike the first pass, the handle will be in her hands throughout this pass, and she'll do the same kinds of tricks, but she's holding onto the handle. Stepping over the line, now she puts her back foot in. We'll watch for some 540s coming up here. There's one, a 540 to the front, and the reverse of that trick. She's tricking very cleanly, although I must say these are not real difficult tricks. Whoa! And she goes way out of position on this flip. It would have been a great high-scoring trick, but she missed it.
Now, and so the total score is 5,920 points as we now get ready to look at Ronnie Barton. Now, she has been here since her teenage years.
Yes, and she has a more difficult program. She starts out in the toe strap here, and you'll see some toe step overs coming up. There's a reverse toe 360. I think it's a little later in her program. She's really smooth and she moves quickly. Here comes the toe step over. It should be right here. 360 degrees in the air and steps over the line and going down right at the end, but I think it was after the 20 seconds. Should be a good score.
Total score of 6,640 points. Elena Milikova. Boy, yesterday, what an incredible performance in the ski flying competition. We can't wait to see her today later on in the finals. But let's focus on her tricks.
She is such an athlete and a well-rounded athlete, built perfectly for trick skiing, training in Spain and also in Florida. This is the toe hold 720, 2 complete revolutions, and look how quickly and smoothly she moves from one trick to another. She has the hardest program of anyone here in the competition. Now she wraps in, wraps back out, oh, and steps over the line. Great move. Everything so cleanly. This is a precision athlete, and she nails that pass.
Boy, look, there's almost this sigh of relief. 3,730 points for that first pass. Here she comes in her second pass now.
This is unusual. She has 2 toe tricks in the second pass, and the rest of them are all hand tricks. So she takes her foot out of the toe strap and now goes into the 540s. Getting great air on each trick. Oh, jumping over the line. Big point trick. And another one. All right, here comes the flip. A little short, but she made it, oh, really short on the second one, so she will not get that.
Is it good enough, though, to beat Ronnie Barton? First or second place is on the line. There's the total, 70-60. Elena Milikova is our winner.
Elena, congratulations. A repeat victory from last year, another Masters trick title. As you stood on the dock and you watched Ronnie Barton fall at the end of her first pass, were you thinking anything that might help you?
Yeah, I was thinking because my program is quite difficult, and to me it was very important to see other girls, to know what they're doing, and you know, to decide if I have to do all my program or if I have to make it a bit easier. So, and after Ronnie's pass, which was not bad, nice, I've decided to do all my pass the way I, you know, difficult, and it worked, and I'm very happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Elena Milikova very busy adding the tricks title to her new world record that she set yesterday in the women's ski fly. The Masters is being brought to you by Chevy Trucks. Chevy Trucks like a rock. By Rolex, the watch of champions the world over. By Nautiques, life is short, live it. And by Vortec, uncompromised power on land or water. Hey. My board won't fit.
After the all-new Chevy Trailblazer, everything else just seems kind of weak. The 270 horsepower Chevy Trailblazer, like a rock.
Life is short. Live it.
Happy 50th to Callaway, celebrating 50 years. And this is the Day Butterfly Center, one of the many things that you can experience here at Callaway. And welcome back to Robin Lake, the 43rd Masters. Dan Debenham along with Dave Benzel. And this is Corey Picos, 38 years young, Dave, as we take a look at the tricks competition.
And here's something amazing. You can watch this guy dancing back and forth across the wakes. He'll be jumping over the line here pretty soon. There's one. Toe step 360, toe step back. Look at how fast he goes. He gets more tricks per pass in this 20 seconds than anyone in the field. Recovery after recovery, and he makes it through the 20 seconds. That fall was out of course.
That's why he has won so many titles. 9,260 points. Is that good enough for a title here at the Masters? Challenging him now, Jarrett Llewellyn.
This is a guy who spends the majority of the year ski flying, and about 2 weeks before the Masters puts on his trick ski, which he used to specialize in back when he was younger in the boys division, comes out here and look at the tricks that he does. He is such a gifted athlete. Front flip, back flip, now the reverse, I think. Yep, there's the reverse flip. Now let's see what he does. Flip with a twist, and the reverse flip with a twist. A backwards landing and another backwards landing.
I think that's why the wakeboarders will let him hang with them, man.
Yeah, anybody who can do 6 flips in a single pass.
10,650 points, so he vaults himself into first place. Can Jimmy Seamers overtake him, though?
Now he's going to do his toe hold pass first. He's not as fast as Corey Picos. He does some of the same tricks, but you'll notice his turn rate, his spin rate's much slower. He is more natural at the flips than he is at toe tricks, so he's working hard through here. This doesn't come as easily for Jimmy, but a gifted athlete, yes. Same kind of hard tricks, jumping over the line. Do you know the leg strength it takes to do that right there?
It pulled my leg right out of its socket, let me tell you.
You're using your leg as if it's an arm.
And he is in first place right now, 10,680 points. One final trick skier left on the water, Nicolas Leforestier.
He is the defending champion for a good reason. He is so focused. He is so determined when he comes here to Callaway. And many times, he has been the winner. Whoa, big trick. 540 degrees and going over the line. Now a flip. He'll go into all his flips probably together here. Yep, here comes another one with the back landing. He'll do the reverse here. And from back to back. Oh, he is really racing against the clock. Oh, incredible performance. Hardest trick of the pass was the last one.
Boy, and he seems so determined. What a terrific opening pass, 6,700 points.
In just one pass. Let's see if he can hold it together now. He's got to get through the next 20 seconds. Starting out with a couple easy surface tricks here. Wrapping in. Now going out over the wake. And, yes, toe step. Wrapping in. He'll go out again. And over the rope again. And again. Oh, he's right on target. Formerly, he was criticized for not being as clean, but today he is right on the money. I don't see a single trick the judges could take.
This could be something special. We are waiting for the scores. And he is looking to the scoreboard out there in the middle of Robin Lake. Look at that, 11,520 points. That is a new course record. Take a look at his wife there in the boat. She knows as well. Absolutely superb performance.
Another little sign this morning, I knew it was going to be a good day. Michael, my younger son, took his first steps on the pavilion. So for the first time he started walking. We've been waiting for that for nearly 6 months. And that was this morning. So I knew that it was going to be something good. So I said I'm going to just follow in my son's footstep and just try to stand up.
Hey, that's great. Winners all the way around.
And something his young son will always remember. Congratulations. Still to come, the women's slalom competition. But up next, the men.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
Who's driving?
I'm driving.
Oh, man, I'm driving, man. No way.
Let's go.
It's a picture-perfect weekend here at Callaway for the fans and for the competitors as we get set for the slalom competition. Dave, take us through what these flags mean. Why the different colors?
What makes slalom so difficult is that every time you run 6 buoys, they shorten the rope. So each flag indicates a new rope shortening. Off of a 75-foot rope, they pull rope into the boat, and you go to 28 feet off, the yellow flag, 32 feet off, the green flag, and so on. This is Chris Parrish at 38 off a standard 75-foot rope length. Of course, at this rope length, he barely reaches the buoy because the rope is 6 inches shorter than the distance from the center of the course. And look at him go. Chris Parrish is running this pass, no problem. Tight line, there was no slack there. Wow, that looked easy.
Yeah, he really did look dialed in. So much of this is mental, isn't it, as you get ready for this?
Yeah, and there goes the changing of the flag. Now we know we're going to 39.5 off. Mental in the sense that you have to stay focused on each buoy as you're there and not get ahead of yourself. Here's the second buoy at 39.5 off. Third buoy, he's in great shape, coming into 4. Can he run it? Oh, he pops the handle as he goes through the wakes. He should get 4 full buoys for that.
And I think he's surprised. Again, what you were saying, he was looking so good, and it's just he lost the handle.
Single mistake is costly.
4 buoys at 39.5 off. Will that be enough as Andy Mapple, a 13-time Masters champion, a co-world record holder, is now on course?
Interesting strategy. He has skipped the 35 off pass and gone right to 38. He wants to run 39 from the other end of the lake. Ooh, he's in good shape here. Now, this guy has done this in his sleep. He's done it so many times. He's won here so many times. Confidence has to be on his side. Experience is on his side for sure.
Yeah, no problem at that pass. Now up goes the white flag. 39.5 off now.
Now he's got to get a good start. Everything begins with the gate and number 1. He's out there. He
Slid out.
Yes, the fin came right out of the water. He climbed up on the front of the ski just too much and popped it out. That is a disaster for Andy Mapple.
That is unusual for this co-world record holder. Chris Parrish has to wonder now, what are my chances?
Well, he just dodged a very big bullet.
Good point.
Think of it. Andy Mapple has won the last 5 Masters in a row.
Yeah, and he's one of the fan favorites too, and he is out just a half buoy at 39.5 off. Jamie Boucher now from New Hampshire.
He has already run the 38 off pass. He's got to get a good one. He's a left foot forward skier. Usually means that's a good 1-ball turn for him. Unusual style, digging in real low with his knees. Here is ball 3. And he skips out at ball 3, much like Andy did at ball 1. A score of 2.5, not enough to catch Chris.
So Chris Parrish remains our leader still. One more competitor on the water, Steve Cockram.
From New Zealand, very smooth, consistent skier at 38 off. Skiing a little narrow here, just getting around the buoys and a little bit of slack line. See the rope get tight after the buoy? That's not a good thing. Whoa, big jerk coming out of 5. Can he get around 6? No, he does not get around 6.
And that means that man right there is all wet and is our winner, Chris Parrish. Oh, what could have been for Steve Cockram, but not on this day. Chris Parrish is our winner. Here's Dave with our champion.
Chris, I know how long you have dreamed about this, how long you've worked for this. I mean, it has been a long haul.
What an amazing long haul. I mean, from the injury last year with people stepping up to the plate, Boucher is skiing unbelievable. But, Lucky Lowe made it coming. The book was already written. The story was already written. I just had to sit back and see what's going to happen. And it turned out for me today to be the day for me to win, thanks to God. So It was a big win today.
Alicia, I guess you share his excitement. You've been watching on the sidelines.
Very excited, very excited. We've been waiting for this, and it came true, so we're pretty excited.
Congratulations. All the way from, I remember, junior boys, man.
From the junior masters, losing by half a ball, and then tying Andy 2 years ago, and then winning this is just, it's exhilarating. It feels so good. It's just weight off your shoulders, and you know, I go back home now. I want to thank my sponsors for this and go back home and start training, you know, even harder for the next one. And this O'Brien ski right here is doing a great job for me too. And I want to thank my major sponsor, O'Brien. This ski is just feeling great.
It's worth all the hard work, isn't it?
For sure, for sure. So, I love you, baby.
Up next, who will win when it comes to the women?
In 1935, Foxwood Farm started with one horse and a truck. The horse was a thoroughbred, the truck a Chevy Suburban. Today, they have a few more horses, but there's still only one truck, Chevy Suburban. With an available 8.1-liter Vortec engine, it's capable of towing up to 6 tons, making it the best Suburban yet. Chevy Suburban, like a rock.
Life is short. Live it.
And welcome back for the 43rd Masters Waterski Tournament here at Callaway in Pine Mountain, Georgia. Dan Debenham along with Dave Benzel. Truly a beautiful location.
In 1952, Cason and Virginia Callaway opened Callaway Gardens for the people in this general area. It was a drive-through woodland garden with golf and fishing. And one of the things that Cason realized was that they needed activities for the entire family. So one of the first attractions was Robin Lake and the beach area so that families could come and picnic and swim and really just have a great time. But the gardens itself is just sort of a restoration of what was at one time worn out cotton fields and cornfields. One of the overall missions of Callaway is a wonderful place for families to come and have a great place to have recreation, and also to have a better understanding of a living world. So even though you may be skiing, you may be fishing, you may be swimming, you may be golfing, you may be playing tennis, whatever you're doing, we hope that there's a subtle message of a better understanding of the world around you, and also that you help to preserve this world and keep it make it better, perhaps.
As you can well imagine, one of the most important people in a tournament is the boat driver. Les Todd, 17 years driving the Masters. You must feel some pressure coming into an event like this.
Oh, Dave, I tell you, a lot of pressure. You know, the skiers kind of get up for one, you know, for their event, but I got to get up for every one of them. But I tell you, in those years that I've been driving, I tell you, the engine that we have now today, this GM Vortec 6000 engine, and seriously, you can get this in your truck now, but we've got a supercharged version here. And it is the smoothest driving engine I've ever had in a boat in the years I've been driving. And this thing comes up with like 500 horsepower, over 500 pounds of torque. And when this guy goes, I can give all the power to the ski flyer to really let him go. So there is a lot of pressure, but I tell you what, GM and with the help of PCM and Craft, well, they have really got a super engine here for us.
And it's that engine right now that is driving Emma Shears and the rest of the women as we get set for the women's slalom competition.
Emma Shears, one of those gifted athletes who skis in the slalom event as well as ski fly, and you can see why. Look at the strength that it takes to accelerate through the wakes, get around this buoy at 35 off. Ooh, a little slack there. She handled it well. Little narrow at number 6, no problem. She needed that pass for sure.
6 full buoys then at 35 off. Coming in now at 38 off.
It's hard to even get wide before the course at this rope length. Whoa, she just barely got around number 1, pulling all the way to 2. She hooks it, hanging on for dear life, and blows the fin out there. So narrow at the 3rd buoy. She had all she could do to get the ski around it.
Will that be enough, though, to win the title here? We have the best women in the world competing in this competition. This is the Masters, 2.5 buoys at 38 off. That is the mark to beat. Christy Overton, a 5-time Masters Slalom champion, world champion, father and mother, legendary in this sport.
Christy's been struggling this season. She's had some physical problems. She's had some injuries. At one point even had some trouble with her ski. She wasn't satisfied with it. Usually turns both sides very evenly. You can see she's running late here, down course on every buoy, but the strength of her pull keeps her in the ball game. Around 6, although she's late, she ran that pass. She's going to try to run earlier on the next one.
But you know, even though she was late, she makes it look so easy.
There goes the flag, so we know now we're moving up to 38 off. The boat speed, 34 miles an hour. Dad getting a little antsy, wouldn't you say?
There's Parker leaning in. Come on, honey. Oh, you can hear him cheering her on. Here comes Christy Overton Johnson.
Going to hit high speeds through the wakes and then shut it down and get slowed down for the turn. Hook up and go. Around 2. Again, a little slack. She's running late at 3. So late, as a matter of fact, she can't make the turn.
Well, she can't make the turn, but that is enough right now to put her in first place temporarily. And I don't think she thinks that that's going to be enough.
No, you can tell right now she's reading the tea leaves, and she says Karen Truelove is out next, and I think she can beat that.
3 buoys at 38 off. That is the mark to beat. This is Karen Truelove.
At 35 off, she will get a nice start here. Right foot forward skier, which means this offside turn. Oh! I was about to say that is the turn that is her offside turn, and she blew the tail right out.
What a surprise, and what a pleasant surprise for Christy Overton Johnson.
You wanted it, but you got it.
Wow. Emotional moment, huh, Dad?
Oh, yeah, she wanted it so bad. Had it about 6 times now, so this is special.
Masters victories, you never get tired of those, do you?
No, you hate to win it like that. Like I said, I didn't feel like I skied well, and like I said, it's so rolling, and she's just been skiing unreal. I know she's on fire, and I know she's very disappointed. But
Karen's great. There's 6 great girls out there. I mean, and a couple of them went down early yesterday, but all of them are doing great. But you don't like to win it, when somebody goes down early.
Yeah.
I have to ask you this question. Is this possibly the last ride for Christy Overton Johnson on Robin Lake?
I don't know. I told my husband if I won, it was done. But I also told my son if I won, he got a pool. So, and I don't think he's going to get a pool. So, I don't know. You're hurt, and you just wonder when's enough. And that was the 6th one. So now you wonder, should you go for 7? Because I think that was the most wins for a woman slalom skier. And I'm just really pleased, and I just praise God that He brings me back after every surgery and gives me the strength to do it again.
Congratulations.
Still the greatest place in the world right here, Dave. We've been here since 1979 when I was hoping she'd get invited. She got invited at 13, and they skipped her at 14. She won it at 15, so it's just great to be here.
It's been 10 years since my first win, so
wow.
Old geezer.
What a great career. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Many consider them the first family of water skiing. When we come back, Jeff Barton joins me for wakeboarding.
Scottsville? Tuesday before the big game.
Welcome back. Wakeboarding's coming up. But what about the evolution of the sport? Here's Jeff Barton.
Every year, the design gurus at the different board companies are trying to come out with that next evolutionary feature that's going to make their brand more unique and revolutionize riding. The last couple of years, it's been in not the overall length and width, but it's in fin configuration. Check me out here. Most of you riders at home are familiar with a board model like this, single fin design. Notice the height of that fin. It's only got 1 point of stability. You need more surface area to make that rider all comfortable atop the water. But next, they've moved into something like this. Check it out. Twin fin configurations. You're going to notice 2 small fins on the outside. That's for giving you stability when you're burying that rail. But if that's not enough, the good folks at Liquid Force have even come up with a trifecta fin model right here, the Liquid Force Trip. We're dealing with a longer fin base than we saw on the twin fin, yet a shorter overall fin, one in the center. It's great for stability when the rider has to get on his back foot, but it loosens up and rotates nicely when they get their weight centered back on there. And here's for the ultimate free ride board. This is an actual misnomer in the sport of wakeboarding. They call it a finless board, but what it is, in fact, it's a molded fin board. Look, Nothing's coming in and out. That's permanent in there, Daddy. But what it does is it allows the rider to have stability when he's going back. The hydrodynamics will hold it in place, but when he wants to pop, he gets on the center of the board, and that board will definitely go big.
You are amazing. A virtual plethora of information when it comes to this sport. Tell me about Lauren Lowe. Here she is.
Young lady coming out of Texas. Her style of riding is definitely meant for going big. We've seen 2 efforts from her here on pass number 2. First rider coming off the dock. She is setting the benchmark by which the rest are going to be measured in this finals, Dan.
Looking pretty good. Boy, she's real slight of frame, but that kind of exaggerates her tricks, doesn't it?
It sure does. Again, her diminutive stature really make every move look that much bigger. And we saw great variation. Unfortunately, one variation you don't want is the dropped handle.
No. 46.25. Doubtful that that will be enough. Here's Tara Hamilton now.
Well, here's a girl whose reputation totally precedes her. You know what? For the 2nd year in a row, she's chosen to use the Masters as her coming out party. Again, she's been battling some ankle injuries, but she's still taking everything big. There's her scarecrow. Now she's going to switch it back around and have a nice heel side approach. Throwing that tantrum, she looks like she's in mid-season form, even though she's just getting back on the water for the first time in competition.
Yeah, but Jeff, I got to tell you, her tricks, they seem the same. They don't seem to have changed from the last couple of seasons.
Well, Dan, it's her prerogative to choose her run as she wishes, but I'll tell you what, reverting to the old runs, that's not going to win. Certainly not here at the Masters, but this may win. The wrapped KGB, full 360-degree rotation, inverted. That is some exciting riding. And then smoothly back, toe side back roll, throws the 180 in there. Megan Major, she took a year off last year just trying to get herself back together, and it looks like that time off has served her well.
Well, this is Megan Major's 2nd pass.
The half cab roll, she's throwing spins, she's throwing those mobs. Composition is a very important element of getting scored. Look at that big smile. She's stoked, they're stoked, I'm stoked. That's going to be the best score thus far.
58.11, it is. That's why you're the expert analyst. We're going to rev it up, and we're going to get ready to go. We're coming back at you with Emily Copeland, the defending women's wakeboarding champion.
And let me tell you, Dan, this is her event to lose. Megan rode great, but I'll tell you, look at that, Emily, just a little bit more explosive. Look at her physical stature. She's a big, strong rider. She could go out there and hold back right now and bring herself a championship, but that's not her style. She is trying to push the sport of women's wakeboarding, evolving the sport, heel side edge, and that is what's doing it. The off-axis 360. That is a contemporary move among the men's. She's the only women's rider that is throwing that, coming back across a Tootsie Roll. She is not holding back. It could be a sandbag effort out here, Dan, but she is out here not trying to just win a competition, but show everybody what she's capable of.
Well, let me tell you, there's a rumor floating around here that she could actually compete with the top pro men out there.
Well, there definitely has been some discussion that at some of the other events going around that she might go in there and try to qualify in as a wild card, and I'll tell you, she's got the game. Off-axis 540 right there. We're not seeing that from any of the other women. Dan, this heat already might have been won. Backside roll right there. She has thrown 3 moves that the others aren't throwing. Combine that with the 7 other tricks, and we have ourselves a new champ.
You bet. Emily Copeland is the 2002 women's wakeboarding champion. When we come back, the men take to Robin Lake.
Come on, let's go.
That's if they can get there on time. There they are. We'll be back after this. They're always late.
After the all-new Chevy Trailblazer, everything else just seems kind of weak. The 270 horsepower Chevy Trailblazer, like a rock.
Life is short. Live it.
Welcome back to the Masters. Dan Debenham along with Jeff Barton as we continue with our wakeboarding competition. This is Eric Rock for the men.
Well, he's coming to you from Twin Lakes, Wisconsin. It is just a testament to his skills that he's even here. Yesterday's preliminary round so grueling, that meant these guys had to go out there and just explode, and he's doing it again today. Huge front flip, grabbing it method. Now going back a little more technical, grabbing that half cab roll mute. Eric is starting to string it together. Now we see him go with the mobe. Again, composition of the run, throwing spins, throwing mobes. He is really riding. Saw the 720. Oh, just missed the handle pass.
The handle.
It had brought him glory yesterday. Today pops that handle.
45.70. He is our leader, but this man is looking mighty good. Brett Eisenhower.
Yeah, year after year, this kid has climbed the ranks, and his calling card is big, explosive riding. Look at that. How stoked are the people on the beach? The humongous S-bend. Now, again, a heel side edge coming the other way. That was switch stance, a half cab roll, 20, 30 feet beyond that wake. Ike is really starting to feel the groove. He, too, throws the slim chance. And we got to compare it to the one Ruck just threw. That was a little bit bigger and a lot more clean. The Batwing, again, great composition. We're seeing mobes. We're seeing the inverts coming in toe side edge. That's a switch stance spin, 540 degrees. Yeah, you ought to be stoked, Ike.
You know, speaking of big, the crowds are big. Yeah.
Yeah, so's his hair. That's pretty big hair he's got.
All right, Danny Harf. Now, you spoke about him at the top of the show, had one of the great rides of all time yesterday, and yet he is not last out on the water.
Well, you know, he was the winner of the first heat, so he got the number 2 seed coming in right now. His run, though, yesterday, it was insane. Regardless of how they picked the order. Oh, look at that! The Pete Rose. It looks like he might be back in yesterday's form here today, because Danny is really charging 720. Oh, pops the handle. He was going for it, though, and that's what it's about, riding here in the finals.
Pops the handle and opens the door then with a 55 total. That puts him in second place. This man can win it all.
Oh, the hair farmer, Parks Bonifay. You know, he's been around competing professionally since the age of 13. He's had the good fortune of watching everybody. He's going to be able to compose a run of everything he knows that he can do. 2 stand-up Parks Bonifay passes. This could be home and hosed for him.
And look at the crowd. Everybody has out their camcorders. Everybody wants a picture of what could be the next champion here at Robin Lake.
Oh, you definitely want to keep an eye on the freak show, throwing that scarecrow mobe, coming back across the whirly-bird. The thing about Parks, look at this. Everything is linked together. Everything looks like it's setting up for the next move. Coming in, heel side edge. Oh, he turns it late to blind and then just tic-tacs back around into the wake again. Toe side 2 wake, Indy poke. Oh, Parks is just looking smooth as butter.
Wow. All right, second pass.
Well, we saw him going technical on the first one. Here he's starting with the big explosive S-bend. Look at his grimace out there. That's a guy who's having a great time, yet he's at the top of the professional pier right now.
You know, Jeff, I'm just wondering how his head bandana's staying on. I mean,
that's a professional, Dan. Look at him. I mean, everything's got to look good. It's all about the vanity while you're ripping at the Masters. Oh, switch stance, slob, front flip. Parks, again, like we said with Emily earlier, he may already have this thing won. Oh, goes up there. Method grab on that method glide. Oh, Parks, he might have just gotten himself a Masters title, and he still gets the double up.
Here comes the double up. The boat creates the big wake. They get the big air, and here it goes.
Oh, yeah! Oh! Did you see the bandana go away in the breeze? The double half cab roll. That's the man. Give it to the boy. That's the title holder.
Parks Bonifay picks up yet another Masters Wakeboard Championship, and he knows it.
Man, I'll tell you, I don't know if it was strategy or what. He didn't really go out there and throw everything that he could possibly have thrown, but he put together a great run. Oh! And now taking the body for the sake of the crowd, P. Diddy does it again. Oh, yeah, Parks Bonifay. You know, never mind the fact that you just won the 2002 Pro Men's Masters Championship. I want to talk to you about the fashion and the hairstyle. Who gets your getup going, and how did that inspire you today?
I've been growing up for a year. Decided to bring back the fro. It's all aerodynamics. I had my headband. We lost it on the double. That's probably why I made it.
Well, let's go back to that, Parks. Your run flawless, outstanding, somewhat conservative for you, but you certainly punctuated it. Walk us through your double up.
We overturned it a little bit, so it's going to be a lot steeper. That's usually how I like them on that side, get a good kick. And I don't know, the only thing I remember is my headband coming off, and before you know, I was just stuck it. I was just like, holy beep.
From wakeboarding to world records, ski flying is coming up, and Elena Melikova is focused.
In 1935, Foxwood Farm started with one horse and a truck. The horse was a thoroughbred, the truck a Chevy Suburban. Today, they have a few more horses, but there's still only one truck, Chevy Suburban. With an available 8.1-liter Vortec engine, it's capable of towing up to 6 tons, making it the best Suburban yet. Chevy Suburban, like a rock.
Life is short. Live it.
This amazing resort is celebrating 50 years. Congratulations to Callaway. Hey, buddy, turn around. We got women's ski fly. This is Ronnie Barton.
The boat speed, 41 miles an hour. She turns and comes close to doubling her speed. She'll hit 65 miles an hour and hit this slick ramp. And we stood up there, Dan, you and I know how fast and slippery that ramp is.
Yeah, and how tall it is. That's what amazed me. I mean, you are really up there. Imagine when you're at the apex of that jump.
Yeah, it's just under 6 feet high. It's around 5'11", and there's a 177, and I'm going to call that kind of a warm-up jump for her. Emma Shears keeping a careful eye on things. Ronnie Barton has turned in a personal best of 199, but I will tell you she might be a little intimidated by the fact that there is a tailwind right now, and that is not a ski flyer's friend. Yeah, sitting back a little bit, you see on her heels.
Yeah,
I think
just
she's
like
protecting.
Like a plane, you want to go into the wind, just like a plane. You want that to help you create the lift.
Elena Melikova getting ready. She's our new world record holder. Here's the third and final jump for Ronnie Barton. Can she get on her toes and take advantage of the lift? No, in fact, she sat back even more so.
Yeah, that caused her to just slide out, and that's her worst jump of the day, 136, 177, her first jump, the best jump. But there's a good look at the flag, and it is blowing with the skiers, and as you said, that's not really what they want to see right now.
No, it pushes them down, and it also scares them a little bit. You know, like having wind at your back because it might push the tips down.
Wow.
Whoa. Well, Emma Shears is not backing off.
No, she got over the tips of those skis, didn't she?
Trying to create height by generating spring off the top of the ramp.
210.
Whoa.
What a great
Wow.
opening jump. Over 66 miles an hour, as you saw out there.
Well, she really wants to put the pressure on Elena Melikova. Accelerating all the way in and kicking off of that acceleration. Another big jump.
You just get the feeling that she knows she's close. 213 and almost 67 miles an hour now.
Marina Mossi, the Italian ski flyer who is not skiing today, even though she qualified, because when she hit the ramp yesterday in preliminary round, she felt something go in her knee, and she's all bandaged up.
Can Elena Melikova better her world record that she just set yesterday? Can she win the Masters?
Oh, boy, she is so quick off the top. One of the things I notice about her is that she stands up taller all throughout her cut as compared to Emma Shears, not nearly so low. This seems to help her.
Well, you get a good idea of how far they're going, a 203, by just looking at those yellow Rolex buoys out there. Those tell you the distance out there on the lake.
Let's watch her body position because it really tells the story. Locked in, really digging. Look at what great position. Oh! She kicks it. Look at the float time.
She went past that buoy. I mean, way past that buoy, Dave.
Oh, Emma Shears knows it. Look at this. She can tell already as an experienced jumper. She knows how far it was. Over 66 miles an hour.
Almost 67 miles an hour. But how far did she go? 228. 228. Another world record. Absolutely incredible.
Oh, Dan, this is amazing. When you think that she broke the record yesterday at 2:21, and the fans appreciate that, but when you can break your own record the very next day and add 7 feet, that's unbelievable.
Elena Melikova with the new world record.
What an incredible performance. 228 feet. Has this sunk into you yet? That's 7 feet more than yesterday's world-breaking record.
To tell you the truth, I was so afraid because I had so much speed, much more than ever in practice and yesterday. And I just say to myself, hold on, don't pass, don't let go. And I'm so happy it worked.
But your lift off the top of the ramp, I mean, it's just so instinctive. You have this wonderful spring, and it's like you never came down.
I don't know. I think I have a good position, and for me, it's not difficult to kick. What is difficult for me is to keep, to hold on this high speed on the ramp. Well, I'm really happy. It's a big surprise to me.
The fact that you've only been ski flying for about 3 weeks, this is amazing to me.
To me as well. Really, I didn't expect this year to win anything. I just wanted to be there and to participate and just to compete with other girls ski flying. And I'm really happy because it worked really well and I won.
You were born to ski fly, girl.
I don't know. Thanks.
What a day to remember here at Robin Lake. Coming up, the throwdown on the lake. The men are next.
Where's my map? How do you start this beast? OnStar. Where's the OnStar?
The Masters is brought to you by Chevy Trucks, like a rock. By Rolex, the watch of champions the world over. By Nautiques, life is short, live it. By Vortec, uncompromised power on land or water.
Dan, remember we said that the tailwind was developing more and more severe during the women's jump event. They have decided to rotate the ramp 180 degrees to give the men not only safer jumping conditions, but better jumping conditions. They're going to have a headwind, and they are so pumped up.
They are going to have a headwind, but let me ask you, Dave, what does that do since they've trained for the last 3 days out here on Robin Lake, coming really at the ramp in the opposite direction? Does that do anything?
Well, Jason Seals is going to be the guinea pig, and you're right. He is going to have to figure out his cutting pattern and timing and do it within 3 jumps. The other guys are going to be watching.
Well, that looks pretty good.
Oh, yes.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, and you can see the wind at work under his skis. He didn't handle it real well, though. Did you see the skis move up and down?
Yeah.
247. He has a personal best of about 258. He's going to press a little harder. He certainly will now adjust his cut from what he learned from jump number 1. He's such a stylish jumper. Good form into the base. Oh, and look at this. He holds his skis perfectly still.
Wow. Oh, that's a great jump.
Oh, and he just milked that float for as much as he could get.
266, and that is the benchmark for the day. 266. Here comes Jarrett Llewellyn.
He is the world record holder at 299, and he did that jump in a headwind like this.
Oh man!
Look at the extension. I mean, he went over the ramp like it wasn't there, and then he just let his body extend off the top and floated forever.
It was like he was shot out of a cannon.
There's his wife, Britta. A little coaching. She's saying, get your white ski around in front of the left ski. Don't let it drag behind.
279 by Jarrett Llewellyn.
And 74 miles an hour. He's now the new leader. 3rd and final jump. Bringing the handle in. Great start. All on the right ski into the base of the ramp, and then he explodes.
He got that hand tucked behind him to be a little more aerodynamic. Was it good enough to go further than 279? His wife certainly thinks, though. Freddie Krueger is hoping not.
Whoa!
He's waiting on the dock. 284. What a terrific jump.
Scott Ellis knows he has his work cut out for him, but he was standing here watching, and he is so excited to be jumping in a headwind. What an opportunity. Oh, no, he had problems. His timing was off. Danny was a little too early. He had to let up through the wakes. That will not do it.
He is obviously disappointed, too. Tough jump for Scotty Ellis. Oh, and he knows it. You train for this moment here at the Masters. 263. Nope. Jarrett Llewellyn, that man is still our leader. 284. That's the mark to beat. Here comes Freddie Krueger.
Defending ski flying champion. He has done it here. Oh, and he has a terrific, explosive spring. And there it is. Whoa, his skis are also wavering a little up there. Did you see him? They're fluttering in the wind. He's having trouble keeping them flat.
Look, she says just a little bit further.
No, she's saying, but do the same thing. She's saying the wind's the same, do the same thing. Cut at the same place.
Let's see, 284, that's the mark to beat. 276, oh, he is close. 276.
All right, everything's got to be perfect here. He's got to build speed all the way to the base and hold it. Oh, great lift.
Is it going to be far enough? No, that is just short, and Jarrett Llewellyn is our winner.
Jarrett, a Masters title. It's been a while.
It's been a long while. You know, last year I came in and I couldn't jump. I had broken ribs, trying to go through the motions, and I come in 3 weeks early and I had a sore ankle and didn't get the time on the ramp. Didn't know what I was doing. I was second guessing myself, and Britta and Tony are talking in my ears, trying to just remember how you used to do it. And I just that set was the first set. I was really pumped, and I want to go back out there and try to go farther, because that was unreal, and we haven't had those conditions. And
Britta, you're a ski flyer, so you can really appreciate what he just did and what he's been through.
Oh yeah, I sure can. Even though I've had little time on the water compared to him, but it's amazing to me. Even I only go 41 miles an hour and the boys go 45. I cannot imagine doing that. I cannot imagine how they can do it. No idea.
Congratulations, a great victory for you, Jarrett.
Thank you very much.
2002, a year to be remembered here at the Masters. For Dave Benzel and Jeff Barton, I'm Dan Debenham. We'll see you next year.
After the all-new Chevy Trailblazer, everything else just seems kind of weak. The 270 horsepower Chevy Trailblazer, like a rock.
Life is short. Live it.
Go back to your childhood, a time of dreams, a time when anything seemed possible. You could be a star, performing in front of thousands, and in the end, be crowned a champion. Through hard work, determination, and the support of family and friends, dreams have now turned into reality for the top junior water skiers and wakeboarders in the world. Wake up and get ready. Your time is at hand. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the 10th annual Rolex Junior Masters. Dan Debenham, Dave Benzel, and Jeff Barton. The atmosphere here is always an absolute blast. It's really a fun-filled family atmosphere, and Dave, you know more about that than anything. Your daughter, one of the best overall junior skiers in the world today, you're indicative of this family atmosphere.
I can attest to the fact, Dan, that families put in hundreds, even thousands of hours preparing to get here, just to qualify to get here, and then they hope to come here and do their very best. Look at the junior men's trick event. We've got 3 finalists, all of whom can trick over 9,000 points. On the women's side, it's wide open this year. There's some newcomers, and anyone could go away with a victory. But my eyes are on Ryan Dodd, because he won last year in tricks, jump, and the overall. Can he repeat?
Yeah, it's a good question. What about wakeboarding? What's happening there, Jeff?
Well, you know what? For the first time ever, Dan, here at the Junior Masters, we've got a Floridian-free environment here for the finals. Philip Combs is coming to us out of Oregon. We've got Joey Arches from Texas and Jeff House from Tennessee. It's indicative of the sport blowing up not just regionally, nationally. These are going to be our future professionals doing battle out here, and I'll tell you what, they are ready to give A-plus performances here at the Junior Masters.
Well, the stands are packed, the correct craft nautique is on the course, and we begin with the tricks competition.
In the trick event, Joy Todd was out early, She put together a nice run. She's introduced flips this year. You know, she was the national champion last year. Michelle Bryant, an Australian, only 12 years old, came out and wowed the crowd because she was ballerina-like. But it was Danielle Bennett's day. So steady, so consistent. Nice hand pass here, putting together a run that's not extremely difficult, but at the Masters, what really counts is getting all your points, meaning to do the tricks in such a manner that the judges give you full credit. A trick done improperly means no credit for that trick. 20 seconds, stands up on that pass. Boy, was she pleased, but you can see still lots of concentration.
And in that first pass, Danielle Bennett picks up 2,720 points.
She came back here now with the toe hold pass. Her foot will remain in that toe strap for 20 seconds as she does a series of 360 and 540 degree turns. Look at this, wrapping in, wrapping out. Her mother, Anne, who is a competitive skier, watching. I think she's calling her run. And look at the body language on Mom as Danielle moves through the whole pass and is so relieved to have stood up.
And her second pass was worth 3,520 points for a total of 6,240 points. Danielle Bennett, our winner.
Danielle, congratulations. What a great performance. Both days you stood up both passes. This has to be an exciting moment for you.
Oh my God, yeah. Yesterday was like a dream, and today is like, I never would have thought it would have happened.
Last year you were qualified for the Masters but injured and unable to ski, so this is kind of a comeback for you.
Yeah, it feels really great. I would have never thought it happened.
Congratulations, you are a Junior Masters champion.
Thank you.
Congratulations indeed. That is one happy, talented young lady. Danielle Bennett, it looks like, yep, she spotted Mom, gets congratulations. Danielle Bennett from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. At 14 years old, she has the title of Rolex Junior Masters champion.
When the junior men trick skiers took to the water, it was 15-year-old Felipe Miranda from Santiago, Chile. Followed by Aaron Rathy. What a great run this guy has. From Canada, able to trick over 9,000 points. But it was Ryan Dodd, the muscular young man who won last year, who came out and cranked out these tricks. Smooth and flowing, sometimes muscling his way through, nonetheless very effective. Smooth surface tricks here, then he goes to the wake for the toe wake 360, comes in with a step over, very difficult trick, and finishes it up with another toe step over the line. That was the end of the first pass. He chose to do his toe hold tricks first.
And so it's Ryan Dodd who comes down from Canada to win the Junior Masters Tricks competition.
Ryan, congratulations. You're a two-timer. This is the second time you've won this event. Did you come in thinking that this was a likely possibility?
Well, I knew it was possible, but I think it's harder this year to come back and try and win again than last year. Last year there was no pressure. I just kind of came in and threw my stuff and hoped for the best. And this year I was trying to get a good run in for overall and then hoping that I could squeak in and maybe win again. So.
Now, the scores are close enough so that overall is still a very tight race. There's only a couple hundred points between you and your competitors.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get a good slalom run in and then probably try and break my record again, jump. So.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
Ryan Dodd looking forward to a possible overall title. The Rolex Junior Masters is being brought to you by Nautique. Life is short, live it. By Vortec, uncompromised power on land or water. And by Rolex, the watch of champions the world over. Callaway plays host to the Rolex Junior Masters Championship. Located about an hour south of Atlanta, it's a world away from the hustle and bustle of any city. Callaway, for 10 years, home to the Junior Masters. Welcome back to Pine Mountain, Georgia. Dan Debenham along with Dave Benzel, and this is Slalom Skiing.
And it is exciting at 36 miles an hour. Last year's champion, Justin Seafried, found out just how hard it was today. He ran 3.5 buoys at 35 off, and it would not be enough to win this day. J.D. McClintock came out and also ran 3.5 buoys at 35 off. His father skied here many times, Joel, former world overall champion. In fact, I see a little bit of Joel's style right here in J.D. As he rounds the buoy, he arches his back, gets that good pull through the wakes around the 6th buoy. Yep, just like Dad. But it was Billy Susie who came off the dock knowing he had to get past 3.5 buoys. He came up on this one right here. He has won the event, and he keeps going for 5. He's already won. He's still going. He's around 6. And yes, Billy Susie was pumped up by running the complete pass at 35 off.
Yeah, he knew at that point that he actually had won the competition. He's just taking a little rest now, coming back at it at 38 off to see what he can do.
18 years old, got to train with Carl Roberts when he was younger, who definitely had an influence in his skiing. Look at this, he's around the second ball going for 3, gets around the third buoy, and that's just bonus points right there.
He began skiing when he was 10. 8 years later, he's our Masters champion.
Billy, you knew the score to beat out there was 3.5 at 35 off. You saw your competitors go down there. What was coming into your mind as you came in for the 35 off pass?
Well, I knew what I could do, and I knew that they fell early because they're great skiers. They get in deep 38 off every day. I just need to go out there, take it easy, take nice cuts around the ball, and I'd win. That's what happened.
And you didn't go for the win, you ran the whole pass.
Yeah, I kind of stopped a little at 4 ball, but I said keep going and just see what I could get at 38.
Great performance.
Thank you very much.
Well, last year, Billy Susie finished first in the Florida State Championships. This year, he is the Rolex Junior Men's Slalom Champion. Congratulations to him. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the women's slalom competition.
16-year-old Mandy Williams from Ozark, Missouri was out early in the competition, and what a great pace she set, because she ran the 32 off pass, which in Junior Masters competition is sort of a breaking point. The women know that the winner will get into the 35 off pass at least. Danielle Bennett scored 1.5 buoys, which is just a half a buoy off of her national record in girls 2. And she sets herself up for a nice score here. But it was Caroline Wolf, the 17-year-old from Michigan. Think how cold it is up there in the spring. But she comes out looking so strong. Just takes control of this pass. Even if she fell out of body position, she would get right back into it, accelerate across the wakes, and get around this 6th buoy at 32 off, really setting herself up for the next pass.
And David, begs the question, she does look so strong. How would she compare like in next week's Masters competition?
Well, when you watch that, you'll see how much better those elite skiers really are. They're a pass ahead. But here is Caroline. She gets kind of a so-so 1 ball, but nails number 2, gets herself around 3. She has now just won the event. Gets 4 and stands up for good measure. There's the winner.
4 full buoys at 35 off, good enough for first place.
Caroline Wolf, you are a Rolex Junior Masters Slalom champion. How long have you been waiting to hear those words?
Oh, forever. I remember when I was little, I used to dream to come here, and then I finally qualified 2 years ago. Skied that one. I didn't make finals in anything. And last year I was hurt and couldn't ski and had to watch. But then this year it finally came together.
And you're a winner.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And following Caroline, Danielle Bennett makes a strong case for overall champion. She finished in 2nd. Hey, there's the Ski Flyers. They're going for that 299-foot mark next week in the Masters. You know, Memorial Day weekend opens the beaches here at Callaway when what promises to be another great summer. This is the Rolex Junior Masters. Dan Debenham alongside Jeff Barton now as we get set for wakeboarding.
Well, here we have Jeff House. He was the first rider coming off the dock, and he had some flashes of brilliance in his pass. Right there, he threw the off-axis 540 contemporary move. That was one of the highlights of his pass. Unfortunately, right here we see him, he repeated a maneuver. That's what the judges didn't like. Ultimately, it let him get in that 3rd spot. Coming in, the roll to blind, unsuccessful.
This is Philip Combs.
He too had some just true flashes of brilliance out here. Communicating to the boat driver, he wanted a little bit more speed. He kind of brings that West Coast snowboard style, going huge way out the back with that off-axis 540. He definitely looked like he was in control of his pass while he was out there. Oh, and then the contemporary move right there, the Tootsie Roll. So he's bringing some of that new school style.
Jeff, just how good are these juniors? Next week, we're going to see the Masters. That's where the big boys are. Are any of these guys good enough to compete at that level right now?
Well, some of them do have that style coming off the wake. They are throwing some big high-point scoring maneuvers, but I'll tell you what, the pros, they really take it to that next level. Philip Combs going out the back with the off-axis 540. 2 years ago, that was new school for the pros, but for the junior class, they're maybe a year behind. He needs that extra year of maturation out there.
Well, that's a good point. Philip Combs finishes in 2nd, goes high, and takes a little, face plant there. I'm no doctor, but that's gotta hurt. All right, that leads us to our winner. This is Joey Arches.
Dan, let me revisit your previous question about being ready for pro competition. this run, the one that won here, it is definitely a pro-level run. He throws the bat wing. It's a Rayleigh variation. These guys are judged on their composition. A humongous off-axis blind three that invokes Darren Shapiro-esque type extreme air. Comes back, another new school move, a Tootsie Roll. This is going to wrap up his pass, the Whirly Bird. He was just flowing out in and out of everything like a faucet. He is definitely on top of his game.
Well, Joey was born in Oklahoma. He now lives in Texas. He obviously does well in the warm weather. This was his second pass.
Starts out with that explosive OHH, then goes way out the back, the off-axis 540. The composition of this run was outstanding, as was the execution. Slob, off-axis 3. He's really truly representing all elements of off-the-wake maneuvers. Indy front roll, he had a fantastic pass. He had nothing but continuity to the run, and obviously he was the class of the field.
And I think the fans realize that they're looking at the future of this sport, and now we're set for the double up. This is where they go big.
He had to know he'd won the event right now. He could have sandbagged, but throws the big slob 540, punctuates it. He was the man.
And our winner.
Joey, the numbers are on the board, 57.90. You're 16 years old. You're at one of the most prestigious events that our sport brings to us. A lot of kids get nerves, but you went out there and rode like an old stoic pro, man. How did you do it?
I was pretty nervous. I wasn't. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't really comfortable. I was pretty nervous. I just wanted to make it back to the dock like I did, so I'm pretty stoked about that anyway. So.
Well, it's funny. You said that you might not have been comfortable out there yet. From the dock, your calling card is always very comfortable, stylish riding. When do you know out there, when do you get the feeling that you are on that day?
Just when I'm like, I don't know, from the first trick, I guess, when I do my first trick. But after that, if it's good, I mean, that's when I pretty much get the feel of it, I guess, and then I go from there.
Well, is this event a win here? Does this have any singular significance to you, coming out and winning something as prestigious as the Masters?
Well, yeah, because, like, I don't know, I've been coming here since I was, like, I don't know, 18 months or something, so it's pretty cool because I never thought I'd be able to, like, come here and, like, compete or whatever, so it's pretty cool just competing here, so I mean, that's just, first place, just, whatever, just icing or whatever.
Hey, is this man here bothering you? Because we are in touch with security. We can have him removed. You have any idea who this is?
Probably throw him out. But this is Bill Doyle, my team manager, and the boat driver.
Hey, Bill, real quick. You've been promoting Joey for the last 4 or 5 years. You've got to be pretty stoked to see this young man come out here and explode in such a high-pressured environment such as the Masters.
You don't know how happy I am. You have to understand, when I first sponsored him, he did his very first flip with me in the boat. And I sponsored him just on that because I knew this kid would rock.
Well, Rocky did. Joey Arches coming out from the great state of Texas, his first ever Masters. He's 1 for 1. He's the 2002 Juniors Masters champion. Good job, Joey.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Good job, Jeff. And Joey Arches gets a little cooling off. And when we come back, things are heating up. The juniors go jumping next. The Rolex Junior Masters is being brought to you by Nautique's Life is Short, Live It. By Vortec, uncompromised power on land or water. And by Rolex, the watch of champions the world over.
Junior women's jumping came up next. It was Caroline Wolf's turn. And by turn, we mean turn. Like right here, turn both skis, dig in hard, and cut all the way to the ramp and get that magical lift off the top. Her longest jump, 122 feet. The boat speed is 32 miles an hour for this event. The ramp 5 feet high at takeoff. Danielle Bennett needing a good jump to secure an overall victory. A little cautious on this first one, a little conservative.
And Joy Todd was waiting on the dock. She was also competing for that overall title. Danielle Bennett, a 117, and she had one more jump.
She needed to be a little more aggressive here. She needed to come into that ramp a little hotter and mostly nail her lift. And she did exactly that. The acceleration and right up over her toes, getting the vertical lift she needed and improved her jump distance, 126.
And that led to our final jumper out here. In the junior women's competition, it was Joy Todd.
And they don't call her Jumpin' Joy for nothing. Much wider than the earlier competitors, turned, gathered more speed, and then absolutely kicked the ramp. Look at that flight. And it was a magic number. Mom Cindy jumping up and down in the pavilion because she knows it's a big jump.
134, good enough for first place. Here's Dave.
Joy, congratulations. You're a Rolex Junior Masters jump champion. You went out here no holds barred in this event.
Yeah, I just came out here, and jumping's usually my best event, so I really wanted to win it because I knew I could do it. So I just went out there, and I knew 126. I knew I could beat that. So, and I didn't really try that hard because I knew if I tried too hard, I probably would mess up, slip out, or something like that. So I just tried to go easy, and I knew I could do it, so I just tried to do what I knew I can do.
Just kind of let it happen. We have Les Todd and Cindy Todd. Now, Les, of course, you're a driver at the Masters. And Cindy, you've skied here many times, and with your experience, were you able to pass on some things to Joy that helped her?
There's probably been some things that I've been able to pass on to her, but she's had a lot of good coaching from a lot of people, and she did it on her own. She works hard, and she deserves everything she gets.
All right, you feel good about this day?
Oh, absolutely. Hey, first place is first place, man. That's first on race day, and we'll take any of those we can get. And Joy's worked real hard, and I tell you, Mom and Dad, we put some influence in there too, so I'll take a little bit of the credit.
Joy, you've had a lot of great coaching, haven't you?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Jack Travers for helping me with my jump. Thank you so much for helping me in everything, all my skiing, all 3 events. Thank you.
All right, good job, family.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, the sign says it all. Joy Todd is your junior women's jump champion. Let's go ahead and turn our attention to the young men now.
Felipe Miranda attacking the ramp. The ramp's been raised to 5.5 feet, and he kicks off a good jump for Felipe, but he's disappointed because he knows that Ryan Dodd is coming up soon, and he can go 180.
I think his dad knows that, too. That's the problem. And it is a 163, and that was good enough for third place. Here's Eric Marberg.
Skier from Sweden who's been training in Sefner, Florida. Good approach, but not enough speed. Good lift, though. And you remember, it's always a combination of lift and speed.
And Marberg's lift and speed was good enough to just get him past the 163 of Felipe Miranda. This was our winner. And boy, what a great series of jumps he had here.
Remember, last year he won this event with a 179. On this first jump, he looks a little conservative, like maybe he thought it was going to be easier than it really was. It's a pretty jump, but it's really not a great Ryan Dodd jump.
Still, it was good enough for the win right there, but he came back and really seemed determined to do something special.
Well, he made the necessary adjustment here. He makes a turn, waits later, then turns, digs in, and watch how long he cuts onto the base of the ramp. Oh, and he just kicks it. The float time incredibly farther, and he knew right away that was huge.
In fact, it was a new course record, 184 feet. Good enough for the win, good enough for the record. Ryan Dodd.
Hey, Ryan, not only a victory at the Rolex Junior Masters, and I know you've had those before, but this is a course record. How special is that, 184?
That's just what I wanted. My first 2 jumps, I was a little too late and not doing what I was supposed to in there, and I just went late and booted it. It was perfect.
I saw you look to shore before that third jump to get a little coaching. Who was helping you?
I was looking for Jarrett and my dad and my friends, and they told me to bring it down and turn a little faster, and it worked.
So what do you say, Dad? Did he do what he needed to do?
Oh, he certainly did. Really proud of him.
What a great day for the young man that came all the way down from Canada to set a new course record. Ryan Dodd, our Rolex Junior men's jumping champion.
Well, we had a lot of champions here, and it started with Danielle Bennett, who turned and twisted her way to a trick title. Ryan Dodd pulling, cutting up the wake, and leaping over the line into the winner's circle for the men's side. Joey Arches surprised everybody, a first-time Junior Masters competitor, and he wowed the crowd. Caroline Wolf, getting some revenge for missing last year's event, came in and won slalom. Billy Susie, last off the dock, knew what he had to do, and took that slalom title without question. Jumpin' Joy Todd, boy, did she have a smile on her face after that 134-foot leap. Well, you can't say enough about Ryan Dodd. He came here to break a record, and he did.
And Ryan Dodd and Danielle Bennett were your overall winners, and here they are with Dave.
So I'm standing with 2 really happy skiers right now, Danielle Bennett and Ryan Dodd, the Rolex Junior Masters overall champions. In other words, they put the best combination of scores in slalom, tricks, and jump together. Danielle, you're a first-time winner. That must be exciting for you. You've been dreaming about this a while, I bet.
Yeah, ever since I was little, coming to the Masters with my dad when he was coaching all the big people, always wanted to ski in it and win.
Well, that's a great win for you. And Ryan Dodd, a little different for you. This is a repeat, the second time. And you said it was harder to repeat.
Yeah, probably. Last year I came and I didn't really have any pressure. I just came and skied my best. And this year there's a lot more new guys coming up that are younger, and they push me more, and it was harder this year to do it again.
All right, well, I guess that's always the story. New skiers coming up from behind, always putting the pressure on here at Robin Lake.
So who's dreaming of a Junior Masters title for next year? This little guy's already training. Who knows? Maybe someday. For Dave Benzel and Jeff Barton, I'm Dan Debenham. Thanks for watching the Rolex Junior Masters Waterski and Wakeboard Championships from Callaway. Make sure to join us next Monday right here on Outdoor Life Network for the Masters. Until then, so long, everybody.